I'm Donovan Ollie. I attend Washington State University, a former McMillan Junior High School student, and I'm a sophomore here at Washington State. And my major is communications with a minor in business.
Well, Donovan, welcome. And for you guys here at McMillan, I actually, when I was a teacher and coach a long time ago at McMillan, I coached Donovan basketball and football for 2 years. And also, I had Donovan in my eighth grade history class. And I'm so pleased that we're able to talk to him. He's such a great kiddo. And it's just a pleasure and an honor that we're getting to speak with him. He's got a lot of good experience in college. He's a sophomore now. We're going to learn a lot from him and get some good. You said communication and business one day.
I think a business is well. I chose to do it as a minor just because I wanted to do more of a sports broadcasting with my major. So, but I think business is a great way to go. They teach you how to start up a business, how to run a business, how to maintain your title where you are in a business already. So, I think it's a really good and important thing to learn. To major in or to minor in while you're in college.
Well, that's really good. Tell us so far, and you're in your sophomore in college, so you've been there a couple of years now. Tell us so far, what do you like best about college at this point?
Really, mainly, it gives you a chance, to mature and grow up a little bit because well, from especially for me, my mom is right down the hallway in the same house or right down the street. She's pretty far away, so it teaches you how to grow up, be a man, be an adult, and you got to do a lot of stuff on your own, and you just got to take accountability for yourself, take responsibility.
Yeah, and that's the thing, being away from your parents. Your parents are always a phone call away, an email, or a text message. But living away from them for the first time is a really big change. I know it was for me too when I was growing up in college. Well, I know COVID-19 probably will make this question a little more difficult, but I wanted to ask you, like, what events does your campus have that other students, maybe if they went to Washington State one day, could do? What are some events around campus?
We have well, first of all, it's a pretty big and more adventurous type of campus. There's a lot of venues like that you can go look at. There's not a lot, not a lot of parties and stuff you can go to, but it's a lot of things that you can go look at. Have fun like with your friends, or if your family comes to visit. A lot of things that you can go see that's really different. From especially different from Texas. So it's a lot of things that you can go. We have concerts every year at the in the basketball arena. Somebody comes in, like some type of musical artist comes in. We have concerts. We have what we call Cougar Football Saturday. It's like tailgate and stuff like that. And it's just a lot of cool stuff goes around here. That's something that you wouldn't just think of off the top of your head, like stuff that's normal for us, especially being from Texas. There's a lot of crazy stuff, but it's pretty fun at the same time.
And that's great. I know you mentioned that you played football. Talk to us about the experience you've had so far playing football, maybe a little bit of the work that you have to put in and kind of what you go through on a day-to-day basis.
It's tough at times. Sometimes we got 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. runs or weights, workouts, practice, whatever the case may be. But it teaches you a lot of stuff. It teaches you a lot of how to build with your teammates, how to become a unit, how to work as one, and all that. And you build trust with people, like with teammates, coaches, stuff like that. And even though it's tough, but it's always experiences that you wouldn't forget, stuff that's gonna carry on with you for the rest of your life, and it's cool, fun, all that stuff that you would expect out of it.
Well, think back to last year, your freshman year at college. In your opinion, what was the most challenging thing you went through, or what's something maybe you didn't expect that kind of was eye-opening that you thought, oh man, maybe I should have done this a little bit different, getting ready. So what was your biggest challenge when you came in as a freshman?
Well, as a freshman, coming out of high school, you always got somebody, calling you, waking you up in the morning, something like that. But in college, you on your own. You gotta set alarms for everything, whether that's workouts, class, meetings, or whatever the case may be. You on your own. If you don't show up, that's on you. You can't, you can't blame nobody else. So the most challenging thing for me probably was, really being on my own like for a long period of time. It wasn't nothing like crazy, it wasn't like majorly like wasn't depressing or nothing like that, but it's just something like you really gotta it's like a really big wake up call to you. It's like, okay, like I'm here now. Now I gotta do what I gotta do to, get to where I wanna get to.
Well, think back to when you were in middle school and even in high school. Talk to us about if there's anything differently you could have done in middle school or even in high school to get ready for college. What's something you would have maybe done a little bit differently?
Mm, I probably would have, especially while I was in middle school, I always thought, man, I got so much time. It's gonna take forever for me to get to high school. I couldn't wait to get to high school and play like, in a big stadium and stuff like that. But really it go by quick. You gotta take advantage of all your opportunities right when you get them. Most people don't get second chances. You gotta take advantage of your schoolwork, your workouts, practice, all that. Take advantage of every chance you get.
All right. Now, I want you to think back to a long time ago when you were at McMillan Junior High, when Coach Halstead and myself were coaching you, and you were in class. What is your favorite memory about McMillan?
Oh, probably, ooh, probably in the mornings. Every morning when we had to, before class, after practice, we all be sitting in the gym waiting for the bell to ring, and Coach Halstead he'd always eat his honey buns and stuff and play Flappy Bird, and we always find ways just to get on his nerves and mess up his game and all that. He always get mad at us and stuff, and that was probably the funniest times, just messing with Coach Halstead all the time.
Yeah, not a lot's changed. He still likes to eat those honey buns.
That's his problem.
All right, one more question for you, man. What are your plans when after you graduate? I know you still got a couple years left, and I even know with COVID, students have an extra year of eligibility, from what I understand. So, what are your plans after you graduate?
My plans after I graduate, I still got technically, I'm a sophomore about to be a junior right now, but football wise, I'm still, still a freshman because, last year didn't count due to COVID and I redshirted my freshman year. So I still got 4 years to play, but only 2 years till I graduate. But my plans after, is hopefully make it to the NFL, make my family proud, take care of them and can continue to play the game, football. And then after that, I want to, after I stop playing football, I want to be like a sports broadcaster on like ESPN, Sports Center, stuff like that. And hopefully, with my business major, I can open like a shoe store or a clothes or clothing business, something like that.
Well, man, that's great. And I'll tell you, for the kids that are listening right now, I remember when Donovan was in middle school, he was such a hard worker, one of the hardest workers we had on the football field, basketball court. He did a great job in the classroom. So, Donovan, I know whatever you decide to do, you're going to be successful at. And I just appreciate you taking a few minutes to let our kids listen to your experience a little bit and some good advice that you gave them.
Yes, sir. Always, take care of the people, take care of you.
All right, Donovan. Well, I appreciate you, man. And I know our kids will like it. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. No problem. Thank you.